is F1 Shakedown, the podcast. Checking in Wayne Williams and Bart Murphy. It is pre-Interlagos, Brazil. Looking forward to it. The end of a triple header. It's been so nice. 3 weeks in a row. 3 hot Formula One races. And man, things are heating up. It's been 3 great races as well, too. We'll talk about a lot of that action that's been happening, and of course, a sprint weekend as well. We've got the sprint results. We'll get into that. But first, let's talk a little bit about. First of all, hey Bart, how's it hanging?
I'm great, man. That sprint quality just happened, and a couple of surprises. Berriman beat Hulkenberg, and and our new favorite guy, Colapinto, knocked Alonso out of the qualifying. So,
yeah, Alonso and Stroll both. I don't know what's happening with that car, but at any rate, yeah. And then of course, well, I guess we'll just talk about the results of the sprint. Top 5: Russell, Verstappen, number 4 spot, Leclerc, number 3, Norris, number 2. So. Piastri and Norris locking out that front row. McLaren does it again. So this track seems to suit them. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. And Oscar's time, Wayne, was 1.089, and Verstappen's pole position time last year was 1:10.1. So Piastri was 1.2 seconds quicker than Verstappen's pole time last year. That's how much faster these cars are.
These cars are, right? Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, some changes to the track, too. I know it just got repaved. A lot of drivers are complaining about how bumpy it is. Hamilton was saying that he's got some it was a really bumpy ride, and he had some slight back issues. But we'll see. I like the back corners.
Yeah.
Very fast track. It's going to be a fast race, too. 71 laps and pretty high speed. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Did you see the sparks coming off of Lewis's car? Just coming down the front straight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is just and if he has a bad back, I mean, I don't think there's no padding in the world that's going to help that situation.
No, not at that speed. That much bumps in a car with the suspension, it doesn't move at all, barely. So that's going to be fun. So 15 corners, 2 pretty long DRS. Zone, 71 laps as mentioned, and lap times around the 1:10-ish mark. So should be cool. Again, track just resurfaced, so it should be fun. Last year's, let's see the last 3 years winners. So 2021, it was Lewis.
Yeah, last to first.
2022, George Russell. I don't know if you hear the dogs barking, but
it's our mascot, F1 Shakedown mascot.
Oh, the mascots, yeah. And 2023, of course, last year was that guy, Verstappen, again. And I don't know if did you see any of the interviews with him about the Norris / Verstappen fiasco and the penalties that he got. Did you see his answers to some of the reports?
Yeah. I mean, he's being pretty aloof. I mean, he's definitely not admitting to any wrong. That's for sure.
He can't ever admit that he's overly aggressive, wrong. Yeah. He went too far. He will not. I do what I do. I want to win. I do what I do. I'm not listening to anything anybody else says. I just do my thing.
And he says he knows what he's doing, but I don't know.
He could literally hurt somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
And he doesn't need to be that aggressive because, again, as mentioned prior, that he is a good driver. He's an amazing driver. He's amazing talent. But just, over the top when it comes to those aggressive moves.
Yeah, absolutely.
At that speed, just anyways. So that's the deal. We'll see what happens this weekend. He's in he's starting for tomorrow for the qualifying. We'll see what happens then. He's starting in 4th position. And then I don't know if you noticed when Norris was being asked some questions about, where his qualifying spot was versus Verstappen, and he just got
Yeah,
cold with the
yeah.
reporter. He's like,
He did
"Stop
not
asking
like.
me these questions about where he is versus I am. It's
Yeah,
about me
he's
where I
tired.
am right now. Like it's getting ugly, eh?"
Yeah, oh, big time, big time. Yeah, he wasn't happy, and that's kind of the press's fault. The press just keep asking the
Yeah,
same questions over and over again. It's like,
yeah.
you know, ask something different, or don't,
I
don't
know.
talk about other drivers when you're talking to the driver that's standing in front of you.
Because they're always trying to poke the bear, right? Always trying to get that response
Yeah,
that's going to make headlines. That the driver's probably going to regret saying down the road, and they can get some clickbait from it. And it's kind of a little ridiculous.
it is. It's
But it
totally
is doing a
ridiculous.
job. It is what it is. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah,
So that's
Coup
the deal.
couple of stories out of the
Mm.
paddock today. There was a rumor that there's busloads of people coming in from Argentina to cheer on Colapinto. It's a 20 to 30 hour bus ride, Wayne. And this was the scene in the paddock just about an hour ago. Here, let's flip over here.
Wow. Well, how did that many people get into the paddock?
Well, that's just it. Yeah, and they're driving. So that's a 30-hour drive. Just for that, the tickets have been sold out for months. So they're not going to see the race. They just wanted to catch a glimpse of their new hero. So
Yeah,
pretty
that's
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he
the
knocked
excitement
Alonso out. So
aside. What's that?
and he did just knock Alonso out. So he gave him
Yeah,
something to cheer about for sure.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, he's got quite a career coming in Formula One for sure.
He
For sure.
does.
All right, what else you got?
I got some interesting thing. This is just actually going back to. Whoa, we got crazy, crazy noise happening here.
Edit.
we got dogs and weird noises.
Hmm.
This is live, folks. This is live. So just going back to the Mexico and the whole cooling situation, and talking about Ferrari. So some people ask, what are they doing on Friday in free practice, other than just getting in practice laps? Well, there's a lot of technical stuff that's happening in the background. And one of the things that Ferrari was doing was testing their cooling system. So I'm just going to show you the minimum cooling package for Ferraris on the left side, and the maximum cooling package is on the right. And you can see that there's 6 vents in the front and then 5 vents in the back. That's their maximum cooling package. So what
Mm.
Ferrari did was, during the first 2 practices, they ran their maximum cooling package, and that's the package on the left. Now what they did is they obviously have sensors, and they could sense the sort of minimum that they had to run in order for the car not to overheat. And so what they did in free practice 3 was they covered, you can see the front vents, there's 3 covered there, Wayne. They
Yeah.
did that, and then they ran that in qualifying. So it's not only the drivers that are practicing, but they're also testing, different bits of the car, and they're testing the limits of their cooling systems as well as their brake systems and so forth. So there's a lot of
Genius
stuff that goes on in behind the scenes that we don't
that we
actually
don't
know
even
about.
know about. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah,
Very interesting. Yeah, Ferrari's putting it all out there, man, for an amazing season for 2025. That's for sure, and it's looking good for Hamilton when he jumps over.
yeah, for sure. And you don't know what those 3 vents covering up those 3 vents mean. It's a thousandth of a second or it's a tenth
Who
of a
knows?
second. Who knows? But it's worth it for them to do all of that testing in advance.
Something's been working for them, so that could be part of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I don't know if you heard the news that I don't know, going back to Alonso, that he's been kind of sick lately. He's been
Yeah.
missing some press conferences and things, and they're not really saying or disclosing what's going on. But apparently he's okay this weekend. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess he and Magnuson ate at the same restaurant in Mexico or something because Magnuson's
Oh, is that
not
what
feeling
happened?
well.
Oh,
I don't know.
are you being funny?
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but Magnuson's out for the whole weekend. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
they just announced that about 10 minutes ago. So Oliver Behrman is filling in, and Oliver Behrman was given less than an hour's notice, and he's beating Hulkenberg in sprint
Yeah.
quali. Like this, where are these kids coming from, Wayne?
I don't
Crazy,
know.
amazing.
Fairman, Colapinto, yeah. I mean, it's yeah, they are fast, right? Yeah, it's in the water or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, speaking going back to Colapinto, he's being courted by Alpine um, as a reserve driver program. That just kind of popped up.
yeah, yeah. He's a wanted man.
For I guess that would be, and then I guess they want to get him in for like a 2026 seat
Yeah,
for sure. So
yeah.
very interesting stuff. So how do you think it's going to go in qualifying for tomorrow?
Well, uh, it's I, I just want to pop over to geek out a little bit here and pop over to the fantasy F1 stuff that uh, I've been involved in this for the last 3 years. So this is
Hmm.
where I sit this year, Wayne. I'm not overly happy, but out of 2.5 million teams, I'm 10,000th. I dropped quite a bit actually in the last race because I did have Yuki Tsunoda. And whenever a driver's knocked out, you're minus 20 points. So that I
Okay.
took a hit there. And also took a hit because I didn't have either of the Ferrari drivers. I had Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, and I had Piastri to double up. And that, didn't obviously work out too well. So that's the team that I had last week. And what I'm thinking, I was thinking this up until about an hour ago, is swapping out Piastri for Carlos Sainz. You see Sainz on the right, and maybe going with that team. But the other option that I have that I want to talk about, Wayne, is the wet weather, is the rain.
Hmm.
If it's raining, and there's a 70% chance of rain this Sunday for the race, you know who the rainmeisters are. That's Lewis Hamilton and Max
Hamilton,
Verstappen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what Hamilton did in 2021? He went last to first.
First, yeah.
So this is the other option that I have, and I might go with this just because I've got nothing to lose at this point. But going with Hamilton and Verstappen and swapping McLaren out for Mercedes is an option. So I'm not
Hmm.
sure which one I'm going to go with, but yeah, that fantasy F1 is it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's
Yeah.
tough competition. So
I've never got into it, but maybe I'll have a peek.
yeah, so
Uh,
McLaren's look good today, but uh, you know, the Ferraris were good a week ago.
yeah.
So
I think for this dry, if it's dry, I think McLaren. I'm going to go for tomorrow for qualifying. I'm going to kind of keep it 1 and 2, McLaren, and then maybe swap out maybe either a Ferrari or a Red Bull for that third spot, and then kind of we'll go from there. And then for the race itself, if it
yeah.
ends up being 1 and 2, do you think that they'll swap if Piastri's on pole? Do
Mm.
you think they'll swap them out?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. I think they kind of have to.
They would have to at this point, right?
They really have to. Yeah, yeah. So even if Piastri's leading that race, yeah, yeah, for sure. That's a painful thing to think about.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just your heart goes out to the kid, but in the position that they're in, yeah, you're absolutely right. They have to do that. So
Hmm.
if it's raining, my wild card is Verstappen. I'll go Hamilton on the podium too. If it's dry, I'm with you. I'm with the McLarens.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Okay, so qualifying up next, and then of course the race. So we'll get back to you with a post-race edition on. We'll probably launch it on Monday.
Yeah.
and we'll go from there. So, anything else you got there, bro?
Nope, that's it for
All
today.
right.
All right.
Okay. So, well, good luck. Enjoy the race,
Yeah, you
and
too.
I know I will, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Sounds good.
All right. All right.
Where's our saying?
Oh, oh
Our
yeah.
slogan.
Don't forget, happiness isn't around the corner. It is the corner. All right, we're out.